Hey guys, what's up? I'm Steph, I'm the Secret Slob. In today's video, I'm tackling zone number 2. For me, that is my kitchen. And I was pregnant and had a new baby 3 months ago, so it has not been deep cleaned for a hot minute. It's all right. I didn't feel like doing it, but gotta get done. Things are getting a little bit nasty. I'm gonna try out a few new tips and tricks, a couple kitchen hacks that I've learned, see if they work. Hopefully they do, because I don't have time to be deep scrubbing everything. So I'm gonna share that with you right now. 1 hour deep cleaning in my kitchen. Here I go. So I follow the Flylady system. I've been doing this for 2 years because a couple years ago I was just totally overwhelmed. My house was out of control and I felt like I could not get on top of my chores at all. And when I lived in a messy house, it just felt like I was just under clutter all the time. I was so frustrated. And so when I discovered the Flylady system and got my house in order, I felt so much more free and calm and peace in my life. So I totally recommend this system to anyone. I make a ton of videos about it, so check them out. Every week I work in a different area of my house doing some deep cleaning. This week is zone 2, which is my kitchen, and sometimes I do an hour broken up, so I'll do 4 days of 15 minutes. Sometimes I do an hour straight through, but this video will show me doing the whole week, 15-minute chunks, so you'll see I change clothes a couple times. The next thing I'm going to work on is my freezer, and this is probably going to be really gross because we haven't cleaned in here for a long time. So the first thing I do is take everything out and just sort through stuff that maybe could be combined or thrown away, or just things that don't belong here and I could put in the deep freeze. One great tip I have for cleaning any drawer in your house is use your vacuum. It's a lot harder to get little bits out with a cloth than to just suck them out with your vacuum. So I usually just pull the big stuff out and then I just vacuum out all the little stuff. So now I'm just rearranging my freezer so it makes a little bit more sense and I can find things a bit easier. Next on my list is my stove and oven, and you can see I'm pulling tape off there. It's because I cracked the stovetop with a heavy pot lid about 5 days after buying this oven, and the cost of a new stovetop is the same as a new stove and oven altogether. It's so frustrating, but I just put a little piece of tape there. It's all good. So I'm just giving a really good scrub to the top of my stove, and then I'm going to move on to the oven, which is probably the most dreaded task in my kitchen, but it's got to get done. So I find for stainless steel, the easiest thing to do is wipe it down with whatever cleaning agent you're using. Sometimes I use just a soapy water mixture. Today I'm using more of a disinfectant. I bought some because of the coronavirus crisis and I'm just trying to use it up. And then go over it with a tea towel or a dry rag, kind of as a polish afterwards. And that really makes it shine. I'm cleaning out the bottom of my oven drawer, and I'm using my vacuum. I just find this works so easy to get little crumbs and little bits out, and then all you have to do is give it a wipe and it's all clean. It looks so much better. This is one of those things that I know we often forget to do, but it can get really gross in there. So have a look in your oven drawer when you're cleaning your oven next. So next I'm going to clean the inside of my oven. First I'm going to pull out the wire racks. I have a really great hack, and then we have a liner we keep in the bottom which makes it super easy. I'm going to use the steam clean function on my oven. It doesn't work fantastic, but it definitely gets the job started. This is a new trick I'm trying out with my oven racks. I read on the internet that if you put them in the bathtub with hot water, a few dryer sheets, and a half cup of dish soap, that you can just wipe the grime right off of them. So I'm really hoping it'll work because these things are gross and I know it's going to take forever if I have to scrub them. Alright, the steam clean cycle on my oven is finished and it is steaming hot. And now I just wipe out the inside with a cloth. And It does not work as well as I would like. I'm hoping it would just get spotless, but it definitely leaves a tiny little bit of stuff behind. But for the effort involved, it works pretty good. And I really don't love using harsh oven cleaner chemicals in my house just because I just don't. I like to use kind of more natural stuff. You can see I'm using a Lysol spray in this video a bit, and like I say, I just bought that because of the coronavirus crisis, and it's the only one they had in the store. I don't have some kind of partial feelings towards it or anything. It's just what they had. So as we say in Flylady land, good enough is good enough. I'm done and I'm moving on. All right, let's check out these racks. So it says to just wipe them with the dryer sheet, and to my amazement, it worked really well. So I did have to scrub every single rung down, but it took like no effort, and they basically just melted the grime off the oven racks with these dryer sheets. One thing I would do differently in the future is just put more dryer sheets in the bathtub, because I found as it got used up, it didn't work as well. They worked the best when I was fresh with them, so I probably would use like 6 next time. The next thing I'm going to do is my dishwasher, and I'll be totally honest, I was embarrassed to show this because it is so gross, but you know what? I know that everybody's dishwasher gets like this. I mean, look at that close-up. And yeah, it's disgusting, but everybody's gets like this sometimes and just have to get the job done. So I'm just going to take it apart. I take all of the filters out of the bottom. It's not hard to do, and if you haven't done this before, make sure you do. And then I just get to work with my spray bottle of soap and water and lemon essential oils. I'm using a paper towel because I do not want to put a rag covered in dishwasher grease in my washing machine. It's just that gross. So one little trick I have for getting the grease out of the corners is use your spray bottle and make it go on the stream spray, and then you can kind of mini pressure wash it out of the corner. That's kind of what I'm doing here. It works really well, and then when you do clean the dishwasher, it all comes out in the wash. So I just put the filters in some hot soapy water in the sink to soak while I was cleaning the dishwasher. When I come back, I pretty much just have to give them a little shake and they come out really clean. Next, I'm just going to reassemble the dishwasher, put the racks back in, and then the little trick that I have used this one before, is put a cup full of vinegar in the top rack and just run your dishwasher empty on hot, and it will come out smelling so much better and be so much cleaner. Next, I am going to tackle my garbage cupboard. So you can see I've had an outfit change. It's another day. I only do 15 minutes every day, and then I just compile all the videos. So it's 1 hour worth of cleaning, but just 15 minutes at a time. So this is my garbage cupboard, and you can see some things have fallen behind. It gets pretty gross, and the garbage can itself is disgusting, but it has to get cleaned. I'm going to use my new disinfectant spray that I bought at the store to clean this cupboard because it's so gross. I thought maybe this would be the perfect place to use it. So I'm just using a Lysol spray, but as I said, I am not partial to this cleaner. They are completely out of cleaners at the store, and so this was the only one available. So I just sprayed it all over the cupboard, and I'm giving it a wipe down. It already looks so much better. Although I'm finding it a bit hard to breathe with this harsh cleaner. I usually just use vinegar and water or soap and water, but it sure does work well, I will say that. I cleaned out the garbage bin with some soap and water, and I'm just going to put in a fresh new bag, put it in the cupboard, and it looks so much better. So this is where we keep our recycling, and I can put pretty much everything in our recycling bin at the curb except for glass. Glass we have to take special to the recycling center, so we kind of hoard it under this sink until it's ready to be taken. I really do need to get a bucket for it and do a better job of keeping things organized under here. So I'll work on that. Again, I'm using my vacuum. It's just so much easier to dust with a vacuum than pulling all those little crumbs out. And then I'm going to use my disinfectant spray to give that cupboard a wipe. It looks so much better. Next on my list of nasty tasks in the kitchen is the microwave, and you've probably heard this trick before, but it's a cup of water with a couple tablespoons of vinegar in the microwave on high for 5 minutes, and you can just wipe the microwave out. So this is what I was hoping would work with my oven, and it didn't work as well, but it works really well in the microwave, so I super encourage you to do this. The last thing on my list, and you can see I've had my last outfit change for the day, is my backsplash and my floors. So I'm just gonna get that done. My backsplash still has a little bit of grout coming off of it, so my rag got really black, but it also took a lot of the grease off, especially behind the stove, and it looks so much shinier. I love my backsplash. It was inspired when my friend went to Colombia on a trip, and everybody there had such brightly colored homes, and I just thought, why am I doing everything in beige and white? So I went for color, and it turned out great. I'll link to the type of tile in the description. I get tons of questions about it. The last thing I have time for is my floors. So this is my rug. I'm just gonna throw in the washing machine. It's super thin, so you can just toss it in there. I don't know if that's good for it, but it was just a cheapy rug, so it doesn't matter. And then I'm just vacuuming out all the little corners under the stove, under the fridge, just getting all that dust out. And then I don't care what kind of mop you're selling, nothing cleans a floor better than just getting down on your hands and knees and scrubbing it. You can see all the little bits, get right under the stove, get under everything, and do a really good job. So when I do my deep cleaning, this is how I clean the floor. So that's it for me and cleaning in the kitchen. Thank you so much for joining me, and if you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for more content with me. I will talk to you very soon. Bye.